Um, finally, right? All right, guys. Listen, I came across this. We got Rich Lex here. Wow, Ethan Klein has lost all his sponsors. What are your thoughts on this? Leave your comments down below for a hot topic video. Let's watch this again. Okay, relax, Ethan. You're talking too much.
Sponsors because we have no sponsors because
damn.
I am an existential threat to gay rights and all progress. So, of course, our wonderful fans have taken upon themselves to write all of our sponsors and to have them not sponsor or not to support us. I'll just say this. I'm very thankful to our members because...
Well, I think you make a lot of money with just a pod. Like, you don't need the sponsors financially to succeed. I will say that. I'm gonna get into it after, but like, you know, with the members too. So yeah,
it makes this show kind of bulletproof to stuff like this. It's just painful that, you know, people would do that. There it is. And you know, the other thing is like you expect a little more of the sponsors in a way, but I get it. There is, you know, it's just transactional for them. But you know, I feel like I put so much into the our good partners, and it's kind of crazy when they just drop you like a bag of dirt one over some.
All right, so there's obviously a lot here. The first thing I will say is that, like, when it comes to Ethan's take, I've talked about it really quick, though. Like, you know, what he said about bottoms or whatever, I don't think it's a big issue. It's the way that he reacted to people reacting to him. He probably should have just been like, who cares? But he was being kind of mean. He was pushing that one guy a lot. I think a gay person called in, and then he was like, oh, well, are you a power bottom? Do you like that? It was inappropriate. It was, like, shitty. It was a shitty thing that he did. You know, you shouldn't be doing that. I also think that the sponsors dropping him is an incredible disproportionate response. It's crazy. But also, you know, Ethan did call for, you know, Keemstar to lose his sponsors. I think Keemstar lost his. I think Keemstar is a shittier, you know, definitely than Ethan. There's things to criticize on both of them, but you know, I think Moist Critical made a video. He's like, you know, you're going down. It's like a slippery slope. And then it happened to him. So like, you could pretty much what you did to Keemstar did happen to you. Obviously. So, you know, that's kind of the way the internet works, man, at this point. And I would say that there's a level of you cultivated this audience, man. You listen, I don't think you're 100% responsible for your audience, but you know, you kind of cultivated an audience. You tend to try to cater to the people that are very like cancel culture-y. And you know, I know what the cancel culture people are on like both sides. It's not just like conservatives or progressives, but I would say that progressives tend to have a bit more cancel culture power when it comes to a lot of things. There's, you know, there's a bigger representation of like, you know, the cancel-y leftists and the cancel-y rightists, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And you kind of cater to that group and you invite them into your thing, which is totally fine. And then they bitch and moan about everything. That's what they fucking do. They, not all leftists, but these particular types of leftists, they just bitch and moan about every fucking thing that's going on. And you responded to it. You took the bait, and then they got upset, and then they started emailing sponsors, and then you lost your sponsors. And it's like, yeah, I think it's shitty. I think overall, it's not good. I know a lot of people are like, see, you this is good. Like, you suck a dick, Ethan. But at the end of the day, it's not good. It's kind of bad. It's a bad thing for anybody who has sponsors, but because, you know, you could potentially lose them. It is shitty from like the sponsor's perspective because he probably did generate a lot for them and then they dropped him. And it probably wouldn't have mattered, but it probably just felt like the more virtuous way to go. But at the end of the day, man, like, I mean, you're fortunate that you don't need the sponsorships. That's the fortunate part of it. But I would say try not to lean into that because not for nothing, like there will be new sponsors probably. Yeah, people who will want to be opportunists, of course. But my thing is like, bro, not for nothing, but you kind of did something similar to Jordan Peterson. You were never his sponsor, but like what? You removed all the videos because he had a take that you didn't understand about, I think it was conversion therapy. He was made a point about how Justin Trudeau was morally grandstanding on conversion therapy, and you're like, oh, so you like conversion therapy? I'm dropping you. I'm going to remove all my stuff, and I'm just going to stop contacting you. It's like you effectively cut your ties with him in the same way that, and that was over a misconception because his point, whether you agree with Jordan Peterson or not, his point was like it's a kind of like a not everybody who goes into a therapist potentially over their gender identity is somebody that has gender dysphoria. And so apparently the wordage didn't even let you suggest that they didn't have like a gender identity disorder or gender dysphoria. I think that's the correct term. And so like you might be giving a diagnosis to somebody who misdiagnosis to somebody, or you might prevent them from getting the treatment that they may need. And that was his point. And you kind of dropped him over a misconception, and now the sponsors are dropping you over a misconception. And it is like, what comes around goes around, So at the end of the day, man, Ethan's getting hit pretty hard here, and I think that it sucks. But not that you deserve it, but I think that it's probably good for you to feel a little bit of a taste of like your own type of medicine. And Jordan Peterson did call this, yeah. You could have sat down and invited Jordan to have a conversation because you have a big platform. Like you could have been the guy that would like chat with people about different things. Like, hey, what do you mean by this? And blah, 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 blah. So, at the end of the day, all that's really happening is every single time Ethan takes another hit, it's just opening up an opportunity for me to go on the show and talk to Ethan, which will just platform my career. That's what's going to happen. Ethan's success is going to come down, and mine's going to go up at the same time until a point where he'll finally have me on. But mine will never like get to his, it'll be like, like here's my, let's do a diagram. Here's my success right now. So we're going to do like a success tree. Here's the success tree right here, right? So this is the success tree. Fuck. Boom. Right. So like here's 10%. This is Papa Gut's success, right? And obviously Ethan Klein's success, whether you like him or not, is like here. So this is what'll happen. Every day something happens and Ethan slowly goes downwards, and every day I slowly go upwards, much slower. It's like a very slight incline. So by the time I'm at maybe I'll get to 11%, and Ethan will get down to 90%, and he'll be like, "Oh, I'll talk to this guy finally," or something like that. But all jokes aside, yeah, man, a little bit of taste your own medicine. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.